$1,700.
Hello and welcome to Thursday's 5 o'clock club. My name is Nolli Waterman, and as you can see, I am a rugby player. I am an ex-England international rugby player because I have now retired. So this is the Youth Sport Trust After School Club, and it is an absolute pleasure for me to be here. It has been brilliant so far this week. We've had Jenna Downing doing Monday and Tuesday. We've had Rachel McKenzie doing an awesome session yesterday, and today it is over to me. So, as I said, I played international rugby with England Red Roses over 15 years, so a long time. I played 82 times and I had 47 tries. For those that don't know, that's a try, and in rugby you get 5 points. So today is all about Thursday thinking. So it's about using our minds as much as our bodies, because in team sports, especially like rugby, strategy and tactics are really key. Now, the most important thing today is that you are having fun and keeping safe. I can't see you guys at home or wherever you are, whether you're at school. I've seen some after school clubs already, and whether you're in the kitchen, your bedroom, your front room, you've got your parents involved, whoever. I can't see you, so you need to make sure, like I've done with my room, I put my dog upstairs and I've cleared as much space as possible in my front room. The equipment that we need, you don't need a rugby ball, but I wanted to have this anyway, just because this is how I feel relaxed. You need a pack of cards, but if you don't have a pack of cards, you can have on a piece of paper the numbers 1 to 13 written out. That will be fine. I've got these giant ones, so hopefully you can see that on your screens. You also need 10 bits of small equipment. Now, I've got some socks, I've got some dog toys. I did ask Koya's permission to have these, and I'm going to give you a little bit of time to go and grab those. So if you need to, you can pause the video, or you can go. You got 20 seconds to run around your house. It might be pegs, it could be socks, it could be small items. I've got lots of little toys with me as well for the equipment. The other thing that you need is a bottle of water. Now, being hydrated during sessions is super important, not just physically, but also for your mind. So a bottle of water or a glass of water would be great. The last thing is I want to see all of you guys in action. I want to see what you get up to. So if you can, get your brothers, your sisters, your auntie, your uncle, mum, dad, teacher, whoever you've got with you, to take a photograph, get a little video, and put it on their social media. It could be Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it, put it out there with the hashtag YST school club. Right, sorry, that's wrong. YST after school. I knew something would happen, but I'm checking myself. You guys have got it, hashtag after school, and then I will be able to check them. Right then. Thursday thinking. It's all about, as I say, developing tactics, strategies, and using our minds as much as our body. With rugby, we need to be able to work together as a team, so we're all connected on the same strategy. We need to be able to execute a plan. And actually, the position I played was fullback, so number 15. So I was kind of like, for those that don't know rugby, kind of like a goalie in football. So I'm looking around where the space is, Where can we attack? How do we need to defend? And so I've got to be looking as much as making those decisions. So some of the games today are going to be using those skills. Okay, I'm going to have a quick drink before we get going. But like in any good session, we need to start off with a warm-up. If you are able to stand up and jog around, fantastic. If it's sat down and moving about, brilliant. Whatever it is, then I want you to do as much as you possibly can. So you need your pack of cards. I have chosen the suits hearts. There it is, the Queen of Hearts, and all of those there. You need to be able to have a little bit of space, and the idea of this game is we are going to put the cards as we put them out in order, and I'm going to go from ace, which is 1, all the way up to king, which is 13. The rules of this, I can only put the card, so I've got a king here, I've got to put it where I think it is in the line. So they could be in any order, we're shuffling them up. And then the other rule is how we're moving. Because it's a warm-up, I need to get going. And yesterday we saw Rachel McKenzie, Thai boxer, so I'm going to be doing the movement in honour of my mate Rachel. So I'm going to be on my toes. So if you're there, that's it, get moving. I've turned over king, so I'm going to shuffle and I'm going to put that on the floor over there and I'm back into the middle. Next card. Oh, I've got a jack. Okay, so the jack is pretty close to the king, but he's not right next to it. So I'm going to put him here and leave a bit of a space for the queen. Right, off you go. Make sure you're joining in. So this is 6. That's a halfway point. So that goes there. I'm staying light on my feet, looking up, dodging, just like a Thai boxer. Okay, and I've got 4. Right, that goes there, close to 6. Number 10, that's definitely next to jack. Okay, that's over there. 3. Now, I've already got a 4, so that's okay. What's really important with this, 4, 5, good work. You're doing really, really well. Hopefully, if I think I've lost you on the screen there, you can see where I'm putting them. All in order. Okay, queen. Okay, we're nearly at the full set. Number 8. Here we go. On the floor. I'm staying light on my feet. It is a warm up. Hopefully, you'll feel your heart rate going up. Right. Okay, number 9. Ace. I'm nearly there. Back to the middle. 2. And number 7, and I'm finished. Oh, hard work. Okay, so hopefully you've got the idea of the game. The point of this is understanding that when I see something, I've got to make a decision of where that needs to go on the floor. Now, I was a bit slow because I was explaining it whilst I was doing it. I probably wasn't as good on my feet as Rachel would be, but I am just warming up. So now what I want you to do is try and do exactly the same, but moving in a different way. So we're going to collect up the cards, going to shuffle them all around. Good stuff. Okay. Now, like in all team sports, decision making and tactics is something that's really important. One of the movements that is important in rugby is the ability to jump and control, because I do lots of sidestepping and pushing into tackles. So I'm going to 2-footed jump my way through the pattern from ace all the way up to king. I want to see how quickly you guys can do it as well. So I'm going to start the timer. 2, 1, go. Off on Kingston. Okay, back to the middle. Okay, 10. It goes there. Queen, oh my gosh, I haven't done a very good job of shuffling them. They're all the high numbers. Okay, here we go. Number 4, big jump. 6. Number 7, oh my, there we go. Number 7, we've got ace. That's right down the bottom, that's here. 5, it's in the middle, right. 2, that's down by ace. 3, not too far. And finally, number 9. Oh, hard work jumping about, but hopefully You guys have done a good job and managed to get all the way up through your numbers, whether it's with your cards or with the bits of paper. Now, because we've had the warm up, your heart rate should be going, you should be feeling a little bit warmer. It's time for a bit of a water break and I can do some shout outs. So collect up the cards. You're gonna need those in a minute. Okay, good stuff. Really good stuff, everybody. Grab yourself some water, have a little drink. Awesome. Okay, give yourself a bit of a shake. Applause for doing so well so far. Now, little shout out. We have seen some amazing stuff on social media. Honestly, it's been brilliant. A big shout out goes to Faye Solomon, who has been loving the video. So thank you for joining us, Faye. We've also heard from Lucy Robinson of St John's, Billingham. The bear that you have balanced on your head in the picture, which I think was sweeping the leaves from the Thai boxing ring challenge that Rachel set yesterday. Awesome work, I love that picture. And whoever took it, brilliant camera work as well. And thirdly, we have Barney Crossland, who got in touch on Instagram. Thank you for joining us and thank you for your little direct message. That is a little reminder to everybody. Please send your pictures in. We want to see what you're up to. Hashtag, let's see if I can get it right this time. Hashtag after school. Well, I didn't even get it right there. Hashtag YST after school. I will get it right by the end of the session. I promise. Fingers crossed. Okay, so now it's time for the main activity. And for this, you are going to need your 10 items and you're going to need your pack of cards, one suit, but you don't need the Jack, Queen and King. So you can take these lovely picture cards and they could go on the side. So we don't need those, but we do need one suit. So it should be 1 through to 10 now on your piece of paper. So we can give them a shuffle. Okay. Right. You've got your cards, going to put those on the floor because I'm going to sit down with them and they're going to be face down. You need your 10 items. I'm going to move them back so you can see what I'm up to. Right. My 10 items, as I say, came from my sock drawer and also from my dog's toy box. Hopefully she won't notice. Okay, I'm going to put all of my socks and items on my left or on the side of here. Okay, now the idea with this is we're going to sit down with the cards, or you can do this on the sofa, on a table, however you feel comfortable. And what we're going to do is we're going to flip over the first cards. Now, as you can see on the card, that's number 6. What I have to do is move the items from this side to this side to match the picture on the card. So if I've done 6 and it's one item at a time, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the dinosaur 6. So as you can see, on this side is the same picture on that card. So that card goes to the bottom of the pile, okay? And then we flip it over, and this time it's a 3. So I've got to move things back from this side, or if it was a higher number than 6, I'd have to add. So I'm starting to use my mind with strategy and tactics, looking at pictures and then making the picture myself. Should we give it a go? Okay, so I'm sat down and by twisting, I'm using the core muscles that I need. As a rugby player, as a Thai boxer, as an inline skater like Jenna, you've got to be strong. So I'm sat here. I've got my feet on the ground because I'm old. But if you're feeling really strong, you know what you could do is lift one foot off or lift another, because that makes it a bit wobbly. Okay, right, the challenge. So number 3, we're going to go all the way through the pack. 3, okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. There we go, put them back into the middle. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. The next card is number 7. So if I've got 3, okay, to make this picture, right, there, there, okay. Good work. You're doing really good. Okay, can you see that there? I'm quite far away, but hopefully you can see that that is the same as on my card. God, I can feel it in my tummy. Okay, 8. This time it is only 1 extra, but the picture looks a bit different. So I need to use, there we go. Fantastic, good work. Okay, really good. This is about counting, it's about execution, it's understanding movements. Okay, 5. So there's got to be some that are moved back to make that shape. Okay, right. There's 1 in the middle and there's 2 at the ends. Good stuff. We're moving on. There's 9. Okay, now I'm going to get a bit quicker because I want to put myself under a bit of pressure. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and 1 in the middle. Good. Okay, 4. This time they're going to come back. God, I'm starting to feel it in my tummy. 4. Okay, so as a rugby player, it's really important that we need to know about numbers because we need to know the score. We need to know, okay, this is 10, so I know all of these have got to go over this side, and then it's a matter of making them look like the picture. Right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, hopefully you're doing a good job with this, I reckon you are, and hopefully your teachers are impressed as well. Good work. That you're doing your numbers as well. Okay, that's just 1 in the middle. So here we go. Awesome. Right, and 1 in the middle for the ace. Okay, good stuff. I'm going to have a little stand up and a big stretch out because my tummy has been working really, really hard. All right, grab yourself a drink. You're doing really well. Now we're going to make this a little bit harder because I like a bit of competition. So now what we're going to do is we're going to try and move 5 cards as quick as possible. I'm going to do it stood up and I'm going to shuffle like I would do on a rugby field, like Rachel would do in the boxing ring, or hockey players, because they've got to have strong legs, okay, and they've got to work down in this squat position. Okay, now I'm safe in my movement, I'm not curving my back, so I'm stinking my bottom down to the floor, all right, but I'm going to have a competition. I want to see whether you can do it quicker than me. Is that a good idea? I reckon so. Remember, let's see if I can get it right, hashtag YST after school, parents, coaches, guardians, family, get some photos of this. I want to see just how good your youngsters are doing in their space, in their activity. Okay, so we're going to start with the 10 items on this side. My movement, as I say, is going to be a side shuffle and a squat to then put it down. So just like in hockey, in rugby, in netball, all of that ability to move. Okay, 3 seconds, 2, 1. Let's see how many you can do. How quickly? 1. That's 2. Okay, there we go. I've done that one, that card. 6. Okay, and now I need to have a few more. In rugby, when we're dodging, we're always putting our arms up and our eyes forward. So that's why I instantly go into this position. Okay, good stuff. You're doing really well. Okay, that's 6, good. That's 2 cards. Okay, now 3, right. Got to move 3 from that side to that side, so I'm going to start here. Okay, good. Nice and safe, keep working hard. Oh, I'm knackered. Tell you what, this is hard work. 3. 2 more cards, I reckon. Hopefully you're not beating me too much. 7, so I need to add from that side to this side. Right, that makes it 4 into this shape. Good, you're doing really, really well. That's 5. God, tell you what, I've lost a bit of fitness in my retirement. Hopefully you're doing a lot better than me. Right, last card. Here we go. 8. Oh, I've got a good one. There we go. That's just one. And finished. Oh, there we go. I wonder if you beat me. I need a drink. Oh, and you know what? I just did something that we would really like you to do. The YST have come up with an idea of getting as many photographs as possible of all of you guys showing us your why. Now, if you noticed, I did that in celebration, didn't I? Put my arms up in the air. World Cup final in 2014. Waterman gets the ball. She's running at absolute fastest. She slides in, scores the first try in the World Cup final. My arms went up and celebrated. There we go. It's not just about the celebrations though. The why means youth sport trust. Oh, I am very, very tired. And it also means, yes, we love sport. So if you can get yourself a picture with your equipment, hands in the air, whatever it might be, we'd love to see them. I'm going to check my Instagram and my Twitter to see if any of you guys have posted, because I want to give you a live shout out. Okay, let's see if we've got anyone in here. We've got Sean, he's getting involved. Awesome work, looks like he's working just as hard as me. Keep those coming in. I want to see all of them. This is brilliant. Okay, so we've got one more time to do this activity before we cool down. So I'm going to do the same game. We're going to set this up. This time, we're going to practice some of our hand-eye coordination. So I'm only going to use my right hand. Now, what I want you to do for this activity in this time is we're going to do 3 cards. And I want you to see whether you can make it harder for yourself or easier. It could be just an idea. If you're sat at a table and you could be moving it one side to the other, you could do it with one eye closed. That would be hard, wouldn't it? Or you could do it where you're running from side to side, just like I did, all sorts of movements. So be as creative as you can to challenge yourself or to make things a little bit easier if you think, actually, you know what, this is what I want to work on and I'm going to focus. So do 3 cards. I'm going to use my right hand and I'm going to do it kneeling. And just because I want to be competitive today, I'm going to close my right eye as well. So here we go. This is the last activity. Right, turn the card, off we go, 5. Okay, 1. Okay, so in sport, when you're using a ball, hand-eye coordination is really important for catching and for passing. In rugby, okay, that's that card. I, in my position, would have to catch high balls as well. So I've got to watch them into my hand. Okay, 9, God, that's a lot of transfer. Okay, good work, there we go. You guys are doing awesome. I'm sure when I get to see how creative you are with the pictures. Okay, last card, 4, right. There we go. Really good. Okay, and 4 of hearts. Superb. Right, hopefully you've challenged yourself and you've come up with a way to really make that game your own. And it might be that you play rugby. It might be you play netball. It might be you do hockey, boxing, swimming, anything like that. There's so many different movements that you can do to practice with that game. And you know what? Having some cards, having some toys makes it that much more fun. Because you don't think about those Russian ab twists, do you? Because you're just moving the objects from side to side. Really good. Okay, last time for a water break. Make sure you're getting those pictures in on social media. And you know what? I'm going to tell you a little secret. Tomorrow, you are super, super lucky. Toby Garbutt, who is my mate, he's like 6'2", 6, I think he's massive. And he is an Olympic rower and a double world champion. And tomorrow he is doing Friday Fun. So you've got work with him tomorrow. And then, you know what, on Monday, it all starts again. Your after school club starts again and it's running for the next, well, it's 5 weeks. So we've nearly done 1. So that'll be 4 because we're using our brains for the numbers today. Good work. Right, should we tidy up the equipment and put it away? And then we're going to do a cool down. Koya's going to be really happy, my dog, that I can give her back her toys now. Right, so we are done for today's session, but there's one big thing we haven't done yet, and that is our cool down. And it's really important for our minds and our bodies that we take our time to bring down our heart rate, to stretch the muscles that I've been working. And also for me, I always use this as a time to reflect on the session, and I'm going to tell you some little stories whilst we do it. So I've been using my legs and my inner thigh, doing my side step. So we're going to stretch off here, just here. So we're going to lean into the stretch. You should feel that on the inside of your leg. Stay nice and tall. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, and hold that there. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to move on to that side. There we go. Stretch. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Fantastic. And we've also been on our toes and the balls of our feet, so we've been working our calf muscles. So we are going to be stretching that calf. So you should feel it down in this leg that's straight, right down at the bottom. Again, making sure that our breathing is slowing us down. There we go. And swap over. Fantastic work. You guys have been amazing today. And hopefully you've seen that you can use your mind and use your body at the same time, because when you play sport, all of those decisions, all of those strategies, getting tactics is a super important part, especially when you play in a team sport like rugby or hockey or netball. Okay, done a little bit for our legs, so we're now going to sit on the floor. Okay, it's a different way to stretch off our groin. So we're going to sit here, bringing your feet together. You can see I'm not as flexible as I used to be. But whilst we're in this position, I'm going to tell you that, you know what? One of the most important times that I used to think about strategy and tactics was the moment before we'd run out onto the field. Now in rugby, you've got your team huddle in your change room and your captain's talking and they're saying what we're focusing on and there's loads of emotion. Okay, there we go. And we're going to sit and cross our leg over and stretch in. That's really good. So the captain's speaking. And there's loads of emotion. And then as a player, you'd follow out your team one by one and stand in the tunnel. Now the tunnel is the area by the side of the field and you're stood in a line, one behind each other as your team, and next to you is your teammates. And some players would be shouting and be getting really emotional. And for me, swap legs, that's really good. That's the time where I'd be thinking about this tactics and strategy. I'd be taking a moment, because although rugby is a very physical and powerful sport, it's also about using our minds and being in control and making decisions when we're under loads of pressure. Okay, just going to sit. Can you see my legs there? And just loosely stretch it off. So when we're doing sport and when we're doing activity, when we're under the most amount of pressure is when our heart is beating the fastest and we're breathing really hard and we're under loads of pressure, but actually we need to be calm and we need to be controlled. So what I would like you to do now, just for the last 30 seconds, is sit cross-legged and we're going to do some breathing. And it's really important that we bring down how we feel. You guys have been absolutely in through your nose, out through your mouth. You've been amazing today. Really, really well done. Toby Garbett is with you tomorrow. He's doing Friday Fun. It will be an absolutely awesome session with him. You only need a water bottle, which, to be honest, may mean you could be working quite hard, but that's okay because it's Friday. Then you've earned your break over the weekend. That's it, nice and relaxed. Okay, last thing, I'm going to get you to stand up. And on 3, I want you to give us a 1, 2, 3 and a big Y and a yes. And if you can, jump up in the air. If you're sat on your sofa, give us a big smile as well. So 1, 2, 3, yeah! Fantastic. Thank you for joining me today for the YST After School 5 o'clock club. It's been amazing. Can't wait to see you on social media. Take care, and I'll see you next week, but Toby will see you